In the second video, I'm going to be attaching or soldering the red and the black wires to my power source. And to do this, I need to first of all turn on my soldering station. So I'm just going to make sure the soldering station LCD is just in the shot there, and I'm going to make sure that this is going to go up to temperature. Now set the temperature on here to 350 degrees Celsius. The solder actually melts about 260, but because we need to basically heat the component and then melt the solder onto the component, there's a little bit of temperature loss as we're heating the component. So that's why I put it to 350. That should be suitable to basically get the heat transferred across quite rapidly. With my wires here, what I'm going to do, I'll do the red one first, for example. I'm going to take my stripped wire, hopefully you can see it here, and I'm going to get my thin nose pliers, and I'm going to go about halfway along the exposed wire and just bend that through 90 degrees. You can see now my soldering iron is up to temperature. I know that where I made this hole, that was next to the volts positive. In fact, I've just got another model I can just show you here. I'll have a look at that. Okay, where the hole is, that is going to be the V, and the distance away from the hole is going to be the G. So as long as I drill the hole through my data negative channel, I know that the hole is next to the positive voltage from the USB source. Now I'm going to hook this underneath and then hopefully get it through that hole. So hopefully you can see now that that is just peeking out through the hole there in the printed circuit board. Then I'm going to wrap the wire round some of my box there, and then I can see that that is now in position. Oh, it's not quite focusing on the right point there, but hopefully you can see the wires just sticking up. Okay, so now with my soldering iron, I need to make sure that I'm holding it by the insulated foam here, and it's going to sit in the soldering station here when I'm not using it. And I'm going to get some solder. Here's my solder, and with the solder, I'm just going to pull off around about 20 centimeters. I can literally rip the solder because basically it's made from tin, which is a very, very weak metal. I'm going to wrap this around my fingers, not too tightly, and then I've just got a little length of solder here I can work with. Now, this soldering iron has a setting on it, which means that after 2 minutes, it will start to cool down to 180. And the idea of that is we don't want to damage the tip of the soldering iron. So to make sure it doesn't suddenly start cooling down in the middle of the job, I'm just going to press the up arrow once, and that's just going to sort of reset the clock. Now my soldering iron tip here is quite matte, so what I need to do is put it into this wire wool at the back here. Hopefully you can just see that in my soldering station. Rub it around a bit in there, and what I'm trying to do is make sure that I've got a shinier tip. It's not particularly shiny. The shinier the tip, the better it is for heat transfer. Let's just get some solder onto here, and now I can see my solder is running nicely onto the tip of the soldering, and you can hopefully see it there, shiny. Now I need to then do my soldering process quite rapidly because otherwise that solder is starting to oxidize and it will not flow so nicely. And the reason why I'm putting solder onto the soldering iron here is because I would basically want to wet the soldering iron so it transfers the heat more successfully. If I just try and work here with a dry soldering tip, then it won't transfer the heat so efficiently. Okay, so here we go again. I'm going to make sure that the temperature timer is not going to reset by pressing the up arrow. I'm going to take my soldering iron. I'm going to just rub it there in the wire wool. I'm going to put a little bit of solder onto the tip of my soldering iron. I'm going to heat the joint for about 3 seconds. Then I'm going to run solder onto the joint. And the objective there is to make sure that the solder runs from the wire down onto the pad to make a little volcano. Now, I've shared with you other videos that talk about this. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if that's a little football on top of the wire there, it's no good. I need to have it so the solder is like a little volcano running down onto the pad. So there's my red wire done. I'm going to do the same here with my black wire. So I'm just going to bend the wire there at 90 degrees. I can perhaps just unhook that one here. I'm going to pop it through the hole. I'm going to wrap the wire around the case of the box to hold it in position. Excuse me, that was slightly off camera there. And also I can see here that the wire is not quite sticking up far enough. So what I'm going to have to do here perhaps is get one of those little washers that I was using earlier for the switch and then just use that. Can I just use that to push that up there while it's in position? Or work with a soldering buddy, and what they can do is get the thin nose wires, just hold those in there and hold them in position while you go ahead and do the soldering.